Now, is this true also? You recently traced your family's genealogy?
Unfortunately, yes. I hired
Because a lot of people do that, and it's a fascinating thing to find out where you come from.
Well, that was my thought going in. And then I hired a really good genealogist, and you know, he's very straight-laced and buttoned up, and one day he calls me in, I'm like, what'd we learn now? And he goes, sit down. And he said, you know, in these rural mountain regions you come from, no one ever goes into the community and no one ever leaves the community. And at that point I start laughing. And he said, so it's not uncommon that there's inbreeding in those communities. And I said, is there inbreeding in my family? He said, a significant amount. I was so happy.
Yeah.
He thought he was giving me a really horrible thing, and I had tears rolling down my face.
I'm just very happy.
I'm like, I can't wait to tell this on cocaine.
Inbreeding is the production of offspring from the mating or breeding of individuals or organisms that are closely related genetically. Identity by descent in a set of population has become almost identical because of recently shared common ancestor. For example, in this chart, the grandfather possesses the A1 allele. His children may acquire this gene and can then be also passed on to the next generation. Each of the two full cousins received an identical copy of the A1 allele, and when they inbreed, each parent passed the allele onto their daughter, so the daughter received the A1 allele, which is identical by descent. We have a special case of genetic anomaly due to inbreeding found in a certain group of people living in Zimbabwe. The Doma or Vadoma people is a community that resides at the boundary of Zimbabwe with Zambia and Mozambique. They are hardworking just like all peasants across the world. And like most poor peasants, a majority of them don't wear shoes. Although it is true that most of them can't afford to buy shoes, one of the main reasons why they don't buy shoes is due to the deformities in their feet. This is what distinguishes many Doma people from other communities across Zimbabwe, usually having 2 toes on each foot. There are also few who manifest the 3-toe feet.
A substantial minority of Vadoma acquired a condition known as ectrodactyly, in which the middle 3 toes are absent and the 2 outer ones are turned in, resulting in the tribe being known as the 2-toed or ostrich-footed tribe. It is reported that those with the condition are not handicapped and well integrated into the tribe. While possibly an aid in tree climbing, the condition prevails because of a small genetic pool among the Vadoma and is propagated by the tribal law that forbids members to marry outside the group. Due to the Vadoma tribe's isolation, they have developed and maintained ectrodactyly, and their comparatively small gene pool has resulted in the condition being much more frequent than elsewhere.
Ectrodactyly occurs at lower rates throughout the world and can be caused by a number of human gene defects, a common one being a mutation of the 7th chromosome. Though ectrodactyly itself is fairly rare, occurring in 1 in 90,000 births, limb defects occur in roughly 1 in 1,000 births, only slightly less than the rate of identical twins.
This is an autosomal dominant inherited condition resulting from the gene mutation or chromosomal rearrangement either in the form of translocation or duplication and deletion primarily in chromosome number 7. An alteration in the chromosome number 7 may result to associated loss in hearing. Moreover, ectrodactyly type 1 is the only ectrodactyly linked to sensory neural hearing loss.
People affected with ectrodactyly as a single birth defect are mostly nearly as functional as normal people are. They can even perform tasks requiring skillful manipulation with no or little difficulties. That is why there's no government intervention to this genetic anomaly, since people affected with this disease tend to live a normal life even though they have physical deformity.